everyone, this is a trader investor coming to you for another live analysis. Yesterday I mentioned about SPYs and diamonds being almost an inside day. The reason I say almost is because diamonds were completely an inside day, but SPYs broke out of the high of Monday slightly, and then remained below it, so almost like an inside day. And today we're repeating the same cycle. We gapped up, and then from that gap up, we are now closing that gap because this was the imbalance. And I draw it just to show you how an imbalance is really closed and taken care of. We went right to the middle of that imbalance, bounced, not strong enough of a bounce, and we're still heading south. Maybe, targeting the low of the imbalance, or maybe targeting somewhere the close or the low of yesterday. But it is still an inside day. So an inside day, extremely difficult to trade. In my style of trading, the reason I mention my style of trading is because I don't want to go any lower than a 15 minutes. Now, if you want to go to a 5 minutes chart, maybe you can see lower high, and at the break of the lower low, attempt to go for $1. But is there $1 436.92 to 436.40? There's still not $1 because we have the 15-minute range along the way. 15-minute range high of yesterday was where price kind of stalled. The mid is where it stalled again, and then now we have the low that we have to look at. So that's why for me this 15 minutes is the smallest time frame that I want to entertain. You can even go down to a 2-minute time frame and look at some break of structure. Maybe if you're scalping, the lower the time frame, the shorter the profit targets you have to consider, at least in my view. So in order for me to be able to capture at least $1 move, which is on a Delta 50 contract, 50 cents move, which is fantastic, I prefer the 15 minutes or even higher time frame. Even an hour time frame can tell me where price wants to go. If I am taking a look at how is price doing, where is it finding support and resistance. I don't usually use moving averages, but in this instance I just have two of them just to give me a rough idea of a dynamic support and resistance, right? I'm not saying, hey, this crosses this, I'm an entry. No, I'm just saying I want a dynamic support and resistance. That's how I use it. And so right now we're far away from the 34 EMA, so price is going to eventually revert back. But again, I'm just showing you the purpose of this is as you're looking at entries and exits on a longer time frame, this gives you a very good idea. This really gives you a very good idea. But even cleaner is when you have no indicator except for trend lines that you draw, and we're far away from a longer term trend line. We have our oscillator that is almost flat. We're making higher highs but almost flat. This tells me now we have room to the downside, maybe to get to this imbalance, closing this imbalance down here. So if we look at the Qs, going back to our 15 minutes chart, if we look at the Qs, definitely an inside day. Qs are bouncing up and down between the 15-minute range, right? It's about $1 and some move here, $1.40 or so, but they're playing around there in another inside day. In an inside day, no rush. Now, in SPYs, definitely going to consider a put position. I want to get a little bit of a bounce to the 15-minute range low or the high of that imbalance, because I want to target this area here. Will we get that target in the next couple of days? We don't know. But the reason why I'm considering this is IWM, my leading indicator, has been weak. has been weak. Yesterday was weak. Today continues that weakness until I see IWM in a place where there's strong support holding, maybe somewhere around here, right? Resistance, support, resistance. That support is broken. So now the next area, where is the next area that I am looking at, could be somewhere in this area here. Remember, support and resistance is an area, the zone, not an exact price point. So if we're looking at these two support lines, one just got broken, another one, we have to see where price is going to settle based on this area of support. If it wants to keep going down, then I can target my SPYs to really go down to that 432 area. Diamonds, going back to the 15-minute chart, gapped up. No, it was not an inside day, but where price is right now, it is contained within the 15-minute range of yesterday. So when you take a look at that, then it is important to understand, where is my headwind? What room do I have? Now this is actually, considering that IWM is weak, SPYs are starting to show some weakness. All the gains from this morning are disappearing. Price came down to the close of yesterday, rebound. I'm going to have confidence if it breaks the low of yesterday, gives a short rally, and boom, this is an entry that I will look at, $1 or more entry. I'm exaggerating the move, but this is what I'm expecting. Today, in about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, that Fed Chair Powell is going to speak to Congress. There's some hearing that he is going to give some information. So the markets might be just playing around and waiting for that to happen. We shall see. But, you know, as always, trade what you see, not what you want to see. Another possibility is, because we tested the close of yesterday, if price rebounds to the low of today's 15-minute range, to VWAP, and then go down, what I want to see then is, do I have $1 from some entry to the close again, or to the low? Somewhere. Based on my entry, I can trigger this. If you really want to be in quick and out, instead of $1 move, you can say, okay, there's a potential of $1 move, but at 50 cents, I will take my profit. 50 cents move in SPY, meaning on a delta 50, 25 cents move in your options. That's the possibility if you want to be in and out. And with that, you can even take double your position size, same risk, same gain, but at half the gain, double the size is same gain. That's how you can take a look at it. But overall, today, the Qs are not collapsing from the close, as in collapsing, meaning if you look at SPYs, gapped up, but that gap is quickly being closed. If you look at IWM, gapped up, not only is it closed, it's really collapsing. Diamonds, gapped up, closed. Not only closed the gap, went to the close of yesterday. So Q's the strongest. Q's the strongest because gapped up and stayed up. Even though it's an inside day, they're the strongest because they're staying up there. And some of the participants, like Microsoft, gapped up and is continuing to push up, tagging new all-time highs on a daily basis. Apple, new all-time highs. It gapped up and remained up there. So technology is holding really strong, but the rest of the market is not that interesting. So this is how the markets are setting up today. I just wanted to go over this for now. and we will come back and see what the markets do. If there's something interesting, I'll revisit that and do a video later today, if not tomorrow morning. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.